The Unseen Architects. How three forgotten trucks forged modern European haulage. The thunderous symphony of diesel engines. The relentless flow of goods across borders. The intricate web of modern European logistics. This complex reality wasn't born overnight. It was meticulously crafted, piece by piece, by engineering visionaries and the machines they built, while the spotlight often shines on contemporary giants. The true foundations of today's trucking industry were laid decades ago, by models now fading from common memory. Journey with us back through the gears of time to rediscover three forgotten titans: the DAF 2600, the Volvo F88, and the Renault Magnum, whose revolutionary concepts didn't just transport cargo. They fundamentally reshaped the very landscape of European road transport, embedding innovations we now take for granted into the industry's DNA. *1. The DAF 2600-1962. The Compassionate Revolution. Birthing the driver's sanctuary. Emerging from the Netherlands in 1962, the DAF 2600 confronted a harsh reality often ignored: the human cost of long-haul trucking. Prior to its arrival, the European driver's existence was one of profound discomfort. Cabins were purely functional cells, devoid of consideration for rest. Drivers endured transcontinental journeys, sleeping on rigid benches, cramped corners, or makeshift bedding arrangements, arriving at destinations physically shattered. Fatigue wasn't merely an inconvenience. It was a critical safety hazard and a drain on operational efficiency. The DAF 2600 audaciously challenged this status quo. Its defining innovation wasn't under the hood, but behind the seats: the world's first fully integrated sleeper cab. This wasn't a token fold-down bunk, hastily added as an afterthought. It was a meticulously purpose-built sanctuary, conceived from the ground up as an integral part of the vehicle's design philosophy. Suddenly, drivers had access to a proper, dedicated bed within the secure confines of their cab. This single act transformed the profession. It acknowledged the driver not just as an operator, but as a human being requiring genuine rest and recuperation. The impact was immediate and profound. Enhanced well-being, reduced fatigue translated directly to improved alertness, morale, and overall health for drivers. Increased productivity. Rested drivers could cover greater distances, more safely and efficiently. Professionalization. The job became less about mere endurance and more about skilled operation within a humane environment. Industry. Standardization. The integrated sleeper cab became the benchmark, forcing every competitor to follow suit, permanently altering truck design priorities. But the 2600 wasn't just a comfortable hotel on wheels. It was a remarkably robust and practical workhorse, powered by efficient diesel engines ranging from 165 to 230 horsepower, substantial for the early 60s. It tackled Europe's demanding and varied terrain with aplomb. Its design balanced durability with surprising agility, navigating the narrow, winding mountain passes of the Alps as capably as it endured the bone-jarring vibrations of ancient cobblestone streets in historic towns. Fleet operators quickly recognized its value. Exceptional durability, coupled with low operating costs, made it an economical backbone for expanding post-war trade networks. Operating during a crucial period of European economic recovery and integration, the DAF 2600 became more than a truck. It was an instrument of connection. It hauled goods across nascent borders, facilitating trade and helping to physically bind nations together. While later models inevitably superseded it, the 2600's legacy is immutable. It proved that driver comfort was not a luxury, but a necessity for a sustainable and efficient transport industry. It set the bar, forcing the entire sector to prioritize the human element, a principle that resonates in every modern long-haul cab today. * 2. The Volvo F88, 1965. The unyielding pillar, forging the creed of long-haul reliability. By 1965, Europe's burgeoning economies demanded trucks capable of truly continental scale. Distances were increasing, loads were getting heavier, and downtime was becoming prohibitively expensive. Enter the Volvo F88. This wasn't merely an iteration. It was a philosophical overhaul of what a long-distance truck could and should be. Its core mission was singular and uncompromising, unshakable. Reliability. The heart of this mission was the formidable Volvo D100 engine. This 10.0-liter diesel powerhouse initially delivered 260 horsepower, a figure that was groundbreaking for its era. Later iterations pushed this to a staggering 290 horsepower, accompanied by massive torque. This wasn't just about raw power. It was about sustained, dependable performance under the most grueling conditions, day after day, week after week. Volvo engineered the F88 specifically for the brutal realities of trans-European logistics, where breakdowns hundreds of miles from home could spell disaster. Beyond the mighty engine, the F88's cab-over-engine co-design was a masterstroke of practical engineering. By placing the cab directly over the engine, Volvo maximized the available cargo deck length relative to the overall vehicle length. This allowed operators to haul longer or heavier loads without sacrificing legal length limits or, crucially, maneuverability, a vital asset on Europe's often tight and winding roads. Complementing this was an exceptionally robust chassis and suspension system, engineered for heavy-duty punishment. Whether traversing the vast, flat expanses of northern Europe, climbing the steep gradients of the Pyrenees, or enduring the potholed roads of the East, the F88 was built to endure. Volvo also demonstrated remarkable foresight by embedding safety and driver well-being into the F88's design ethos. A rarity in the mid-60s, the cab featured advanced insulation that significantly reduced noise and vibration fatigue. Comfortable, supportive seating and intuitively placed controls reduced driver strain during marathon journeys. This focus provided drivers with a tangible sense of security and control, further enhancing the truck's operational efficiency. The result was a legend, the truck that wouldn't quit. The F88 earned a reputation as the ultimate dependable partner, capable of relentlessly chewing through continental miles. It became synonymous with long-haul reliability, playing a pivotal role in establishing and expanding Europe's interconnected logistics networks. During a period of massive growth and transformation, it cemented Volvo's name as a byword for durability and trust in the commercial vehicle world. While its angular form might be forgotten by many, the F88's core principle, that long-distance trucks must be engineered above all else for unwavering dependability, became the gold standard that every subsequent European hauler has strived to meet. 3. The Renault Magnum 1990. The daring visionary, redefining the truck's soul and space. As the European community deepened integration in the early 1990s, truck design had settled into a comfortable, albeit conservative, pattern. Then Renault unleashed the Magnum. It wasn't just a new model, it was a cultural shockwave, a radical reimagining of the very essence of a heavy truck. Launched in 1990, the Magnum defiantly broke every established rule with its revolutionary flat-floor cab. The most immediately striking and transformative feature was the complete elimination of the traditional, intrusive engine tunnel. Wasn't a minor tweak. It was a fundamental re-engineering of the cab's relationship with the drivetrain. The engine was mounted lower and further back, creating a vast, uninterrupted floor space. Drivers accustomed to clambering over a large central hump suddenly found themselves in a cavernous, stand-up environment. They could literally walk from the driver's seat to the living area, move around freely, and even stand fully upright without constraint. The cab was also mounted higher than usual, enhancing visibility and further amplifying the sense of space. This wasn't just a workspace. Renault had created the first true living room on wheels, a genuine home for drivers spending weeks at a time on the road. This focus on spatial liberation and quality of life was revolutionary. Underneath its radical skin, the Magnum was a technological powerhouse, leveraging partnerships with Mack and later Volvo. Renault equipped it with a range of high-output diesel engines, 340 to 500 horsepower, that provided effortless cruising capability for increasingly heavier and faster international freight. It was also a pioneer in adopting advanced electronics, featuring sophisticated electronic braking systems (EBS) for enhanced safety and control, and an ergonomically advanced driver interface that put critical information and controls intuitively at the driver's fingertips. However, the Magnum's impact transcended its technical merits. Its bold, futuristic design, with its steeply raked windshield, low-slung nose, and distinctive, almost spaceship-like silhouette, was a deliberate statement. It challenged the utilitarian, industrial aesthetic that had dominated trucking for decades. It proclaimed that trucks could be objects of desire, embodying modernity and sophisticated design. While its polarizing looks weren't universally adored initially, they were impossible to ignore. The Magnum became instantly recognizable, a rolling icon that cemented Renault's reputation as an industry innovator willing to take risks. The Renault Magnum was more than a vehicle. It was a prophetic vision of the future. By placing driver comfort, spatial freedom, and advanced technology at the absolute forefront. It irrevocably shifted the trajectory of European truck design. It proved that radical innovation was not only possible, but necessary, pushing the entire industry to think beyond established norms and embrace a more human-centric, technologically advanced future. The enduring legacy. Foundations of the modern highway. Though separated by decades, the DAF 2600 in the early 60s, the Volvo F88 in the mid-60s, and the Renault Magnum in 1990. These three pioneers share an unbreakable common bond. They were transformative problem solvers who established enduring new paradigms. The DAF 2600 solved the fundamental human problem of driver exhaustion, proving irrefutably that comfort and functionality are not mutually exclusive but essential partners. It gave drivers dignity and redefined the cab as a livable space. The Volvo F88 solved the critical operational problem of long-distance fragility. It established reliability as the non-negotiable cornerstone of continental haulage, enabling the complex, just-in-time logistics networks Europe relies upon today. The Renault Magnum solved the spatial and conceptual limitations of traditional design. It redefined driver environment expectations, embraced advanced electronics early, and boldly demonstrated that trucks could be avant-garde statements of technology and comfort. While their names may not echo loudly in public consciousness today, their DNA is visible in every modern truck traversing European highways. The integrated, comfortable sleeper cab born in the DAF 2600 is now ubiquitous. The relentless pursuit of reliability and durability, exemplified by the Volvo F88, remains the industry's core mandate. The driver-centric space, flat floor designs, advanced telematics, and emphasis on aerodynamic, sometimes daring, aesthetics pioneered or popularized by the Magnum define contemporary European trucking. These forgotten giants were far more than mere metal, rubber, and diesel. They were manifestations of ingenuity, resilience, and visionary thinking. They addressed the critical needs and challenges of their times with groundbreaking solutions that became the bedrock for everything that followed. They moved the industry forward not just by carrying goods, but by carrying ideas. Ideas about respecting the driver, demanding mechanical excellence, and embracing bold innovation. The next time you see a sleek, modern tractor unit gliding down the Autobahn, remember the giants whose shoulders it stands upon. The compassionate DAF 2600, the unyielding Volvo F88, and the visionary Renault Magnum. Their physical forms may have faded, but their revolutionary spirit continues to propel European trucking into the future. Their undeniable impact is woven into the very fabric of the roads we travel.